To work with three very special Pacific white-sided dolphins. So let's get our first look at them, shall we? Everybody, this is Spinnaker. Spinnaker is the man of the house, and he is joined in this habitat by our two lovely ladies. We have both Helen and Hannah. And after displays like that, I think there's no doubt they're incredible. Let's give them a nice big round of applause. We've learned a lot about dolphins, but like many animals in the ocean, Pacific white-sided dolphins are still shrouded in mystery. So with the help of Spinnaker, Hannah, and Helen, researchers here at the Vancouver Aquarium are working to discover more about these amazing animals. Now, working with this species is a unique opportunity. They are quite rare to find in facilities, but they can be identified by their beautiful torpedo-shaped bodies and that very distinct coloration of black, gray, and white that runs down their sides. They are also considered to be one of the most acrobatic species of dolphin in the world, and I think it's pretty clear why. As their name suggests, Pacific white-sided dolphins can be found, well, in the North Pacific Ocean, stretching from northern Mexico up along our coast to Alaska, and even across the ocean off the coast of Japan. So show of hands, has anyone here ever seen this type of dolphin out in the ocean before? Okay, a couple of hands. Well, you might spot them right here in British Columbia, because we've recently seen displays like this right in our own backyard of the Strait of Georgia. But like many animals in the ocean, Pacific white-sided dolphins do face many dangers, and Spinnaker, Hannah, and Helen all have first-hand experience with those threats. So Anna, as someone who works so closely with our dolphins, can you tell us about their amazing stories of survival?
Sure I can. All three of our dolphins are what we refer to as rescued and rehabilitated animals. They were actually found entangled in fishing nets on the coast of Japan and brought to rehabilitation facility where they were deemed non-releasable. Luckily, we've been able to provide them with a permanent home here at the Wild Coast. Working with me today is Helen and Hannah. They have been at the aquarium since 2005. During this time, we've been able to build and maintain a very strong relationship with them in order to provide them with the best possible care through training and regular checkups. Everything that we learn from their healthcare is used to help veterinarians and researchers to gain a better understanding about these mysterious animals. In fact, every day that we spend with the Spinnaker trainer Hannah reveals more information about their species, as well as their individual personalities, that, believe it or not, are just as different as you and me. Isn't that right, you guys? But most of all, Spinnaker trainer Hannah reminds us every day that fishing nets can pose serious threats to dolphins all over the world.
Thanks, Anna. Together with researchers, we're trying to better understand the threats that Pacific white-sided dolphins face and discover new ways to protect them. In order to do that, we must first review what we already know about this species. We know that they live in groups. They've been spotted in groups of 2 or 3, like we see here today, and as many as over 2,000 dolphins. We also know that they travel together, sometimes at incredible speeds. So for those of you in our underwater viewing gallery, you've had the chance to see how fast these dolphins can move their bodies through the water. And keep your eyes out on top, we may get a glimpse of that. Here it comes. This species has been clocked at speeds of over 35 kilometers per hour. Now they can use that speed when they're evading predators, but it can also be very handy when they are hunting for their prey. But speaking of prey, what do dolphins eat? Well, they told me. What about the rest of you? What do dolphins eat? Fish, yes, of course. But I'd like you to imagine for a moment what it must be like to be a Pacific white-sided dolphin hunting for food in the North Pacific Ocean. Our waters are teeming with life, but the deeper you go, the darker it gets. Yet dolphins have the ability to penetrate this darkness using sound. They use an animal version of sonar called echolocation. Listen. So these are echolocation clicks produced by Pacific white-sided dolphins. So these sounds travel through the water, bounce off of objects back to the dolphin, who can then form a mental picture of their underwater world. Now we know through research that echolocation is a very accurate sense and is very helpful for navigating the deep, dark oceans. Yet even so, over 800 whales, dolphins, and porpoises get entangled in fishing nets every single day and die. Now they're not the target of these fishing nets, they happen to be around the fish that the nets are targeting. And then non-targeted capture is called bycatch, and it's the #1 threat facing dolphins out in the ocean. So that's why we're trying to learn how to protect them from these fishing nets. We're doing that through a research study our dolphins have been helping us with for over 2 years. Now we're working very closely with our dolphins to ensure that they're comfortable wearing gelatin eye cups like this and swimming through their habitat. So we started by simply placing the eye cups on various parts of the dolphins' bodies, and we've actually progressed to the point now where we can ask our dolphins to voluntarily cover both of their eyes and swim through their exhibit. We can then use hydrophones or underwater microphones to listen to and observe the way they move through the water without using their vision. So through this research, we're trying to better understand echolocation and how it is that dolphins are still ending up entangled in fishing nets when they're looking for their food. So we are incredibly lucky to work so closely with Spinnaker, Hannah, and Helen because they give us the opportunity to do research that just wouldn't be possible with dolphins out in the ocean. Our research shows us that Pacific white-sided dolphins are incredibly energetic, playful, and acrobatic animals, and we can see this both above and below the water from all of their amazing aerial displays. Now we've learned this sound can help them find the food they need because, well, all of this energy comes from the food that they eat, and that helps them through echolocation, but sound can play a role in other areas of their lives as well, including communication. They are highly social animals and have been seen socializing in large groups all over the North Pacific Ocean. Most recently, they were spotted on the central coast of British Columbia near Burke Channel, showcasing their amazingly acrobatic and playful nature. They are also highly vocal animals and can make a wide variety of different calls, and we can hear some of those vocalizations right here. Let's give them a nice big round of applause for that. However, Pacific white-sided dolphins may also communicate in other ways, through touch and even through acrobatic behavior. As you just saw, it is called a breach, and researchers believe that breaches like this may act as a signal to surrounding dolphins. They can also use a very powerful part of their body, those tail flukes, to slap against the water. That can generate a lot of noise and can even help them stun their prey. But dolphins are not the only thing creating a lot of noise in the ocean. Can you guys shout out something man-made that generates a lot of noise in the water? Boats, yes, they are a huge source of noise pollution, and dolphins can often be seen in close proximity to boats or riding alongside them. They can even be seen bow riding off the front of large fishing vessels. Now, how that noise pollution affects Pacific white-sided dolphins and their prey is yet another mystery researchers here are trying to solve. But like any great mystery, the more questions that we answer, the more questions we end up with. But the one question that we are dedicated to answering here at the aquarium is, how can we help these truly amazing animals? Now we've learned through Spinnaker, Hannah, and Helen that fishing nets can pose a great threat to dolphins, but also other marine animals like sharks, turtles, and birds. And again, they are not the target of these fishing nets. So that's why we're trying to learn how to protect them from these nets out in the ocean. But there is something that each and every one of us can do every single day to help out, and that can be choosing sustainable seafood options. Because, show of hands, who here likes to eat seafood? I know I do, probably quite a few of us. Absolutely. Well, you might have noticed that circling the habitat are some green signs that say Oceanwise. And Oceanwise is a program that the Vancouver Aquarium started to get restaurants and markets across Canada to serve sustainable seafood. So all you have to do is look for the symbol on that sign. Looks like a fish on a dinner plate. And if that is next to the item of food that you want to eat, you know that that was fish using safe fishing methods and from large populations. We've made it even easier by developing an iPhone app for the Oceanwise program, helping you find delicious food but still helping to protect animals like Spinnaker, Hannah, and Helen. So although Pacific white-sided dolphins may still be shrouded in mystery, with the help of, once again, Spinnaker, Hannah, Helen, along with researchers and all of you, we're working to uncover those mysteries and help Pacific white-sided dolphins thrive off of our coast child. So as a final thank you to our dolphins for their help with this research, let's give them one last big round of applause. And on behalf of myself, the trainers, and the dolphins, we want to thank you all so much for joining us and hope you have a fantastic rest of the day here at the Vancouver Aquarium. Thanks very much, everyone.